Thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Jim Moran. I served in the United States Congress for approximately a quarter of a century. After I left the Congress, I began to represent some corporations and countries and causes that I believe in. It has been an honor to work with you, Your Excellency. Elias is my partner. This is primarily Elias's account, but I'm going to be working with him. While I was in the Congress, I was on the committee that funds defense and State Department foreign operations, as well as the Foreign Relations Committee. I have an interest in Africa. I was a principal co-sponsor of the African Growth and Opportunity Act. But most importantly, I do believe that Biafran independence is a just and noble cause. And I trust that you have a bright future ahead. We will try to secure your independence. We can't promise because the politics is not a particularly predictable situation in the United States today, and justice is not always served, but we will work towards that objective. I appreciate the opportunity to work on behalf of the Biafran people, and at this point, let me turn it over to Elias. Elias?
Oh, thank you, Jim, and it's an honor to be working with you on this, and we appreciate your lending your support to someone of your prestige and stature. That association would be so critical. So thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. And thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, Your Excellencies, and dear Biafrans in the United States and around the world. My name is Elias, and I am a good friend and colleague of Congressman Moran, and we are your new lobbyists here in Washington, D.C. However, you should know that we are more than just your lobbyists. We are fellow freedom fighters in the struggle for the liberation by Biafra. And similar to how your compatriots in the Biafran Defense Forces are securing your freedom on the homeland, we will be fighting for your freedom in the political and diplomatic battlefield here in Washington, D.C. And we will make sure that all these U.S. officials, all these congressmen and senators understand that the Biafran independence movement is a pure democratic civilian uprising against injustice, the very same one that we had in the United States when we declared our independence from the British 200 years ago. On a personal level, I knew I had to get involved in this struggle, not only because of my belief in the Biafran cause, but my belief in His Excellency, the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. As I got to know the Prime Minister, I could see that he has remarkable leadership qualities and vision. And I knew that instinctively that he was a man of destiny and that he will have a very important impact in Africa in the years to come. And I thought it was a personal duty to assist him. Already, the Prime Minister has made remarkable progress and has outsmarted the Nigerian system in many ways. The Prime Minister has done this with the self-referendum. He has done this with opening diplomatic liaison offices around the world. And I think by establishing a proper Biafran lobby in Washington, D.C., the Prime Minister has delivered his master stroke. And if you can look at the Nigerian media and the social media, you will see that this is something that's been highly publicized. And I think this is because they understand the moment that the United States starts to gain more support for the Biafran cause, it will be a game changer. Because when the United States leads, other countries follow. Congressman Moran and myself are your voice to the U.S. Congress, your voice to the White House, your voice to the State Department, your voice to the highest offices in this great land. And we will not stop until victory is achieved. Long live a free, independent, and sovereign Biafra. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that brilliant speech there. Elias, we are happy to have you on board, and we have a lot of things to do together. Thank you. This particular appearance today is just to present you to the Biafrans in the United States. As I made my promise, I have fulfilled it. It is now that we go out there and do what we know how to do best. for the interest of
Thank you,
Biafra.
Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you
It's
very
our
much.
honor, and we look forward to serving you in the cause. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Nice to have you.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. It was a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Chief Moran. Thank you.
What I'm very much excited to hear from you is that one of the American congressmen is giving his tacit support to Biafran nation. That is on the line since yesterday. An American congressman recognized Biafra so tacitly that it has gone viral in the whole USA that Simon Ekpa is enjoying such diplomatic, relationship with one of the American important lawmakers. So that is the question I expected from you. But anyway, emanation of other countries, into giving Biafra support is not today. I'm telling you, we have Mbazona there. Mbazona is the first country. Mbazona is from the axis of Cameroon, having boundary with Biafra, that is agitating to have strong tie with Biafra. If care is not taken to merge together with Biafra and become one country. That is in Bazonia. It's coming from the axis of Bakassi Peninsula of Cameroonian nation. So again, when you talk about nations in Africa giving Biafra support, is not started today. Since the war of 1967 till date, all the francophone countries in Africa, go and do your investigation. Only Cameroon, and the Cameroon is standing in between Nigeria and Biafra. Are you listening to me? Let me tell you, Togo, you see here, has supported Biafra. You see Senegal has recognized Biafra. You see Ivory Coast former prime minister or president, Felix Boigny, the founding father of that nation. Felix Boigny got their independence, I think, in 1960. He called Ojukwu my son. Are you listening to me? Felix Boigny was a Cote d'Ivoire, Ivorian president that gave Ojukwu asylum from 1970 to 1983. Ojukwu's last stay in Ivory Coast was a very, very welcome one by the Igbos because he treated Ojukwu like son. He gave him the kind of love a father should give to his son, to the level that he has never, ever, until his death, derailed from troubling Nigerian government when Ojukwu was in exile in Ivory Coast. He parleyed with Chagare. He won Chagare until Chagare was overthrown by Buhari in 1983. When Chagare was overthrown by Buhari in 1983, still Felix Boigny of Ivory Coast was bombarding Nigeria with what? Verbal war. This boy should not die in cell because Buhari incarcerated Ojukwu. He detained Ojukwu as a hater of Igbo man he was then. So this man, together with other, African countries, presidents, worked hard towards Ojukwu securing his release. I think that was 1986. Ojukwu he lasted in the cell.
Now, Mr. Arab, perhaps because of the area you've dived into, let me bring to your knowledge. I know you must have been aware that it's on record that Ekpa said he already established a lobbying firm. And there is a lobbyist who is based in faraway Washington, D.C. Wow. Could that be the reason or the approach that have seen the American congressman coming on board to draw support for Biafra restoration?
Yeah, that might be because the way it sprang up, on the social media, it is taking social media by storm. BIRGE, that's Simon Ekpa. Yeah. He's on the line, man, with the picture of the congressman and Simon Ekpa. It's getting over viral right away now on social media. That Biafra is enjoying tacit support of a stronger American congressman currently. So, like as we introduced, I think that could have, I believe, linked to that. The man you are talking about, I don't know, you call him Apple Man or whatever you said, the Apple Man that is giving us support or whatever. I believe that could have led to that because the congressman, as I'm talking to you now, is working for Nnamdi Kanu's release. Then as I'm talking to you now, House of Rep, Deputy Speaker, is working for Nnamdi Kanu release. There's a breaking news this morning on social media that Nnamdi Kanu is going to be released soon, according to the Deputy Speaker of House of Representatives of Federal Republic of Nigeria. So what I'm trying to say is that our Prime Minister in exile, Simon Ekpa, is doing virtually everything that is needed to be done to give Nnamdi Kanu a befitting support.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raphael Ngbechi. I think this is a good place to let it go. This is Satellite Media. Thank you very much for your time.